Hi, this is Aaron with Zollotech. Today we have a COZIP case. Now, this is a company I have never heard of until about a week or two ago. Got in contact with them, and thank you so much for sending this. I really appreciate it. So we're going to check this case out and see what they're all about. You know, COZIP, manufactured in Korea, actually, for the iPhone 3G. Now, they claim that they are the original maker of mobile phone shells. That could be very true. I don't really know, as I'm not familiar with this case, but that's their claim. I really don't have a reason not to believe them. They have been around for a while from everything I've read. So COZIP's mobile phone shell is the snap-on case for mobile phones with a perfect fit. They do make some other cases we'll take a look at in the coming days or weeks. It's made of polycarbonate, so it's unharmful, environmentally safe, protects mobile phones from external shock and scratches, comes in with Comes in with classy design and pleasant grip feel, is coated in multi-layer with or without tattoo engraving. So they do make another case. It has some, well, what they call a tattoo on it. Looks like a tattoo. So let's take a look and open this up. There we are. So we've got a little baggie, and that's it. So let's take a look at this. Have my phone ready to go, microfiber. And that's it. And that feels really nice. It doesn't feel like you'd expect. You'd expect this to be like a cheap plasticky feel, just a cheap plastic case. Now this is a little bit weird. Not sure what that's all about. So there's two pieces to this case. Now, in talking to the manufacturer, this case you can use with or without this. So whatever your preference, you can use either one. Now this is really thin. Looks like you're going to have all the ports exposed. Now there is some white, and what it looks like, I don't know. I'll have to ask them. But what it looks like is maybe it sat like this while it was being painted. Because, you know, the feel of this is good. It's flexible. There's no flash. It's got no, you know, it looks cut pretty well. Oh, right there is a little bit. So along these edges, I don't see any flash at all. Right here, there is a little bit. Right there. It's like they almost broke it off something. Now, these are fairly inexpensive cases. I don't know the exact price. I know that you can go to COZIP, look them up in Google. We'll also provide a link to their site. But the other thing, too, is I know that you can get them from a couple stores like my Gear Store, that sort of thing. Check them out. They're much more inexpensive than the other cases. Now, I don't really mind this too much because you're not going to see it. As long as it doesn't, you know, scratch, there's no scratch feeling here. It should be okay. Around here is nice and clean. So let's go ahead and put the phone in it, the iPhone here. So we've got cutouts here. I'm going to put it in here this way first. It looks like it just clips over the edge. Yeah, there we go. And that's it. That's on. They leave a nice cutout for the logo, and that is a perfect fit around that camera. You can see that. Sometimes you don't see that as perfect. You know, here's your cutouts. Now, my preference is probably different than a lot as far as this. I like to keep this phone as thin as possible and open port-wise as possible. I like the screen open. I don't have a screen protector on here right now. I'm just changing cases too much, and I always change things. So now this piece is going to sit on here like this. You've got some clips along here, and again, it looks like they've got a way of holding it maybe like this, that when they're spraying it, because that's clear plastic. I don't know if you can, let me see how in focus that is, but right here, there's no paint on that. So I don't know what the deal is, and you can see there's like underspray here. Like if you look on parts of your car that aren't hit by, you know, paint, which is fine as long as this is coated. It's almost like there's a coat of paint and then almost like a thin coat of rubber on here. It's hard to describe the way this feels, but it's really soft and gives a little grip to it. So that I like. I think that's pretty nice. So let's go ahead and put this on the phone and see how it looks. We'll snap it in here. There were no instructions, but it should be pretty easy. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Now, like I said, you can use it with or without this. Looks pretty good with it. Nice lines along the edge. Now you can see the little indents here because they do make it removable. You can see right along this edge here, which, you know, is nice. I like to be able to have choices. This is thin enough. This is one of the thinnest cases I've seen, maybe like the Flick. And we'll take a look at those, you know, in a few days. But this is, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's pretty nice for what it is. This is completely unprotected. I do have some scratches. I have a lot of scratches on the back, unfortunately. Even one up here. But unfortunately, you know, to me, that's not too big of a deal. I'm using this every day, all day long. If this will provide protection, slide in your pocket, does have lay on the table protection, not going to hit the screen. Now it's not, it does not have huge drop protection as far as, maybe, well, definitely nothing like the OtterBox, or maybe, you know, even this Vaja case I got here that I've reviewed previously. I've been using that. That has a little bit more spring, maybe a little more cushion, but this is going to keep it from getting dented. The phone, you know, if it's going to break, it's going to break. Obviously, I don't want to drop it, but this, I don't know. I really like this case. My first impressions, I didn't think I'd like it, especially before I touched this texture on here. I really like that. You know, there's the button, nice, perfect cutout. You can see that. I got a little bit of lint on there or something. Perfect cutout right there. This is for the sensor. Now, I don't know if that sensor goes that way. I'm just assuming they made it look that way, just because they liked it. Perfectly cut out around here. Now, this I like, completely exposed. Now, obviously, you drop it perfectly. Yeah, it provides protection, actually. It doesn't touch. I thought it would hit, but it's just narrow enough that if you hit that way, it's actually going to catch on the case, not the phone. Now, down here, you've got everything cut out. Again, I really like that. This is going to be one of the more dockable cases just because it's thin. You know, you hit that way, the sides revealed. It's even perfect narrow width. It's not going to hit those buttons. That's really nice. So here you have a notch for your vibrate. Now, it is a little bit difficult to get in there, but not too bad. Just because the clearance is so tight, but I think they made it that way so that if you drop it, it's not going to be a problem. So, pretty impressed. You know, down here it says COZIP.com. COZIP, made in Korea. As long as this holds up, I really like this case. I have to say, like, in my experience, I either like a slip case or something like this, because, as I've mentioned before, I've got a dock in one of my cars, and in order to dock it, I got to take it out of the case every time, just because of its width. So, you know, this is hopefully going to fit in the dock. We'll see, because it's pretty thin. I also like that I don't have a flip cover on the front. You know, that this Vaja case or Vaha is really nice, but you've got this in the way. When you want to dock it, or you want to plug it in the bottom here, you have no protection on the phone, on the face of it. If it falls or something, you're out of luck. So, I really like that. Again, we're going to check out some more products from them, but so far I really like this. You know, I like most cases that I see, but honestly, I really like this one a lot. I'll let you know what I think in a few days, but it seems built fine, and, you know, price-wise, I understand, is fairly inexpensive. So, check them out, COZIP.com, and definitely worth the money they charge. I'll put up the price on the video as well, but definitely worth it as far as compared to some other cases I've reviewed. Again, this is Aaron with Zollotech. We'll see you next time.